What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to the channel where we turn waiver wire scraps into victory laps. Guys, I'm your host, Trent. This is your week 9 waiver wire breakdown. Just here trying to help, guys. Just here trying to help. And week 8 is finally over, guys. It was rough, too. Like, only one game decided by 1 point. Like, that was the closest game. Everything else was like double-digit blowouts. Like, and just use this week, guys, as an example of like, do we really want more weeks of football? Like, I know there's a fantasy football podcast, but more weeks equals more buys. I want more good football, not more like bleh football. You know what I'm saying? So not to be a downer, but just remember that whenever they talk about, extending the week and all that stuff. So waiver wire week 9, every single player I am covering today is under 45% rostered on Sleeper, which means they're sitting there waiting for you to snatch them up. But first, quick reminder, Cleveland Browns, New York Jets, Philadelphia Eagles, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers are all on bye this week. So please plan accordingly. Quick little injury report before we dive in to the pickups. Let's speed through these key injuries, guys. I got Cam Scatabo out for season, dislocated ankle. Quinshon Judkins nursing a shoulder. Saquon Barkley managing a groin injury. Luther Burden in concussion protocol. Drake London questionable with a hip injury. AJ Brown hamstring concerns, and Cardinals released Michael Carter. And Isaiah Pacheco took a nice hit to the knee. Monitor those situations. So these injuries could create some opportunities. So pay attention to the backups, and we will discuss some more. Quick housekeeping, doing quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, and some Hail Mary plays, and even a little bit of trending down players that I'm looking at that I think you maybe should snatch up if they end up being on your waiver wire. So let's get into it. Throwing it over to the quarterbacks, guys. Quarterbacks are more bare than a streaker's rear in 4K on the 50-yard line this week. I got Tua, 22% rostered versus the Baltimore Ravens. You've heard of MJ's flu game? Well, this was Tua's pink eye game. Dude wakes up with a swollen eye. I'm not a doctor, but looked kind of gnarly. He wore a visor for the first time since high school. So he proceeds to drop 4 touchdowns on Atlanta. Now let's listen to this stat. From week 2 to week 7, Falcons have allowed 4 total passing TDs. Tua matched that in one game. His 205 passing yards was the most any QB has thrown against Atlanta this season. The Poi Pounder is back. Maybe. Not sure what happened to Caleb Williams on Sunday, but Baltimore is a very good spot for a quarterback to get going. Lamar Jackson could be playing this week. Maybe Tua has to throw even more. So Ravens, I like the spot for Tua, guys. Next, just some deep flyers here, guys. Like Carson Wentz out for season. JJ McCarthy doesn't sound fun. I don't love it. And I'm as big of a JJ McCarthy fan as there is, but it is bare. Like I said, I don't want to do that analogy again. I think it kind of grossed you out possibly. Sam Darnold's 43% right here in this league, guys. So Sam Darnold, absolutely pick him up. Taking on the Washington Commanders. He got dropped a lot due to the bye week. Yeah, that's it. Trevor Lawrence versus the Raiders, not terrible. 32% rostered. So there you go. I just found those scavenging the waiver wire right there. I like Darnold the best on that list, guys. Absolutely like him more than Tua. So somebody dropped him. He's been dropped because of all the because of the buys, obviously. All right. Next, handing it off to the running backs, guys. These running back waiver wire ads are sneakier than your dad raiding the fridge after 9 p.m. on pizza night, swiping that last slice. Tyrone Tracy, guys, 35% rostered versus San Francisco 49ers. Your priority ad of the week if you need some RB help. Volume is king, and Tracy will be getting it. Also, in a pinch, looking over at running backs, maybe Devin Singletary to get some of that passing work, but Tracy's the main guy there for sure. Like I said, Cardinals have released Michael Carter. Bam Knight and Amari DiMarcado are the only healthy running backs on the roster, unless something freaky happens with Trey Benson. But they're facing Dallas this week, who just made R.J. Harvey look like Ronnie Brown in the Wildcat versus the Patriots. So if you can find those two guys both under 25% rostered, I don't hate it. Brashard Smith, 9% rostered at Buffalo. This is just in case, something happened to Pacheco where we're like, whoa, we got to play this guy. Hasn't looked great. He is trending down right now, but I don't mind it. Also, guys, If you enjoy this and you want the highlights sent directly to your inbox, go ahead and sign up for our dudes. They're at www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. I will get this nice little cheat sheet sent directly to your inbox every single week, guys. So don't miss that. Again, www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. All right. Also on the list, throwing it over to the wide receivers. Wide receivers, no, it's packed tighter than a sumo wrestler in Lululemon. So here we go. Troy Franklin, 33% rostered at Houston, led his team with catches. He had 6 of them, 89 yards, 2 TDs last week. That's back-to-back double-digit performances in 3 TDs in 2 games, guys. The consistency is finally showing up for Troy Franklin, and you know you've all heard it. Bo Nix's roommate from college. I like it, though. Next, 19% rostered. I'm going to butcher this, guys. Chimire DK, spelled Dike, or however you want to say that, if it's like Nike. All right. This is, back-to-back double-digit fantasy games. Went 7 for 8 for 93 yards. Plus, he returns kicks, so you might get some bonus points out of that. He's a must-add in all leagues, guys. He looks really good. I'm not worried about Calvin Ridley coming back. Chimire looks like the real deal. I said his name right, too. 19% rostered. Go and add Chimire right there. Also, Roman Wilson, 3% rostered. Taking on the Colts this week. Breakout game on primetime versus the Packers. 4 for 5, 74 yards in the TD. So I still think he's a lottery ticket, but I think the upside's there. Steelers have been looking for a wide receiver. Maybe Roman Wilson's their guy. They spent some draft capital on him. Tight ends, guys. And you know tight ends. They're like checking the fridge and finding nothing. Then checking again, finding nothing. Looking again, still nada. Then you spot that sneaky jar of pickles and whipping cream. Not gourmet, but these tight end sleepers could possibly, spice up your lineup. AJ Barner, 17% rostered at Washington. Coming off the bye. Great matchup against Washington, like I already said. Has 4 TDs on the season. Red zone looks are there. Colston Loveland, 25% rostered at Cincinnati. I like this ad if Kmet misses more time. With the Burden injury, Loveland could become the Bears' third option in the passing game. All right, a Hail Mary play here, guys. I got Malik Washington, Dolphins. No Tyreek Hill, no Waller. Washington could surprise us against Baltimore. Crazier things have happened. Some deep stashes for Dynasty, Keeper, even redraft. Jaden Higgins, 23% rostered. Best game of his rookie year. Tank Bigsby could see more work after the bye, depending on Saquon's injury. And Saquon's got injured in the past, guys. So Bigsby should be rostered. Hopefully, if you have Barkley, you already have him. Isaiah Davis, trade deadline approaching. There's been murmurs about the Jets, sending Breece Hall out for a trade. So Isaiah Davis should be rostered, had a big game. Emmanuel Wilson, handcuff value in Green Bay. I believe he led the Packers in rushing yards on Sunday Night Football. All right, your Week 9 priority list. Darnold if you need help. Tua if you really need help. Tyrone Tracy for immediate RB impact. Chimire DK. I think I'm butchering the last name. Rookie breakout seems real. Troy Franklin, Bo Nix's number 2 option. AJ Barner is your streamer tight end. All right, now I'm going to go to trending, guys. Let's just check over here. I'm going to go over Sleeper, sponsor of the show. Sleeper picks, promo code DUDES100, match up to $100. You know when you just got that gut feeling and you go to the fridge and there's nothing there and you're like, I knew something was there. Look back there. Your wife had some teppanyaki leftovers. And Sleeper's just like that. You go over there, you make your pick, you pick higher, lower, and you got to do 2 of them. You guys can win one up to 100 extra money. Promo code DUDES100, and they'll match you up to $100. All right, trending down right now, guys. I got Kyle Monangai, still 52% rostered, but I think that guy deserves a spot on your bench, guys. And who else do we got here on the list? Like he wasn't great, Monangai, but I still think he could be that, poor man's David Montgomery. Been saying that all year. Also on the list, let me see here. Jerry Jeudy, maybe if he gets traded, if you have roster space, I don't hate Jeudy. Also, he's on a bye, so it could be lower next week. So you might not want to use that. Who else do we got here? Looking at this, Matthew Golden. I think he should be picked up. He didn't have any big plays, but playing the Panthers, maybe completed 20 passes in a row. I think Golden still needs to be rostered. Keon Coleman. I know. I said he was be a lot better than what he's been. If he can't do it against the Chiefs, who, like, Xavier Worthy had the huge blow-up game against the Bills in the playoffs, reminded everyone how they passed on him for Keon Coleman. This is Keon Coleman's chance to get back at him. So, like, if not now, when? You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, like, I think that's kind of what I got, guys. Just looking at trending down. Those are my main guys just looking here right now. All right, guys. And that is your week 9 waiver wire targets locked and loaded. Smash that like button like it's worth 30 fantasy points. Subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss content. That could help maybe win you a championship. Good luck on waivers, guys. See you guys on Thursday in our matchup show. And as always, take care.